Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. And to use it as a solid colour, you just want to use light brush stroke motions. Can you see them? Yeah. And a birthday girl. And a birthday girl. Just want to let you guys know that that is completely normal. Finished filing my nails and they look stunning. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome for the first time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified every time that I upload. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Again, you guys are bomb.
I'm always doing the most, finish my cup and reload. Let it swing right back, let it swing right back.
Okay, so in this design, I am going to be creating a nice rainbow set on this hand. I've already applied my XL Pro square nail tips and I've trimmed them down and shaped them into a coffin. So I've kind of trimmed off the sides here and just done my clear base, and it's given me this really beautiful straight coffin shape, which I absolutely am loving. Now, just to save time, I have gone ahead and already prepped my nails, done the base and all of that good stuff. And I just want to go ahead and share the colour palette that I'm going to be working with. I've just been messing around on some paper towel just to show you guys what I'm working with. So I was initially going to go with grey and baddie, and then I was like, you know what, my birthday's coming up. I absolutely love rainbows, so we changed it up. So we have got grape pop, candy pink, medjool, neon yellow and sour apple. I was going to say sour cream then, but it's definitely not sour cream, guys. I'm going to be pairing that with baddie, which is this absolutely stunning iridescent glitter infused acrylic. And then also we have a new cover powder, which I'm going to be using as my nail bed. So I'm so excited to share that. Okay, so I have all my powders ready at the side here, good to go. I've got my liquid ready, and as I said, I've already prepped my nails with everything. So I'm going to start off first on the pinky nail, and I'm coming in with not plum pie. I was going to do plum pie, but I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to start with sour apple on the pinky. You will notice as well that I am working with my left hand and I'm not left-handed, so it takes me a little bit of time just to get steady and make sure that I'm not, you know, making a mess of everything. So forgive me if it looks like I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just applying sour apple nice and wet to this nail, just covering the free edge about up to where my natural nail starts, and that's just going to give us a nice base. So I'm just going to layer that up and add a little bit more. When I'm working with my left hand, I do always like to also just work in layers rather than try and get all the colour on at once. I just find it so much easier to do that. Not only that, I'm trying to film for you guys as well, so trying to see and work with my left hand is a bit of a task. But I love doing it. The results are always bomb, which is amazing. Okay, so I've applied my sour apple, and I'm just going to let that set. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the colour for all of the tips, and each one of them is going to be different, which I'm so excited about. Okay, so next I'm coming in with neon yellow, and I'm just going to pick that up. And I'm only using small beads of product. As I said, I like to work in layers. I'm just placing that on the nail, and then I'm going to brush it down and build up the colour. I I hope you guys enjoyed the last video as well that we did. It was so fun creating it, and I just couldn't wait to get back in the filming studio and do another video, so that's exciting. I'm just so excited. I think the new setup is just so fun, and you guys can see more, which of course is a bonus, you know. Okay, so I'm going to do another little layer of that because I'm working so thin, just so I can be really precise with my product application. It's just taking that little bit more time to build up, but it's better to build up this way than, you know, apply too much or make a mess of it and then try and take it off. So I'm just building up again, just a tiny bit more on that free edge. Making sure to tuck in the sides. You don't want it kind of building thick on the sides and making a wide nail. So moving on to the next nail, I'm going to come in and I'm going to apply Medjool, which is a stunning neon coral colour, and I absolutely love it. So I'm just making sure to get plenty of liquid on my brush. You'll notice how I'm dipping in a lot as well, and that's just to make sure, because I'm working quite wet, that I'm not clogging up my brush with any product and that it's going to stay nice and easy to work with. Okay, so on the middle finger I'm just applying Medjool, and this is a duo marble powder, the same as Sour Apple, which is on the pinky, so it kind of marbles on the nail. And to use it as a solid colour, you just want to use light brush stroke motions, and that's just going to blend all of that pigment out. And it's just going to make sure that we still have that really bright colour there. So I'm just going to build that up a little bit more. And you'll notice as well on my desk I do have set up a few different sizes of the jars, and that's because we offer the colours in the 10g jars and also the 28g jars as well. Just in case some of you didn't know. I know that not everybody knows that, and everyone's always like, oh my god, I didn't know. Well, now you do, so there's no excuses. You can get the big jars of your favourite colours. Okay, so I'm working nice and wet, and you guys can see that our products are super pigmented. Like, they go so far. So I'm just cleaning it out my brush again, and I'm going to move on to the next colour. The next one is going to be Candy Pink, which is one of my favourite colours, and just anything bright and beautiful, and rainbow of course. So yeah, this is where we are at. You'll notice I've not bothered really kind of blending out where the colour finishes, and that's because I'm going to be coming over with my cover powder, but then on top of that I'm also going to be layering Baddie, which is a glitter infused acrylic, so it doesn't have to be perfectly diffused or blended out. So I'm coming in, I'm doing Candy Pink, so I'm picking up a nice wet bead. It's kind of small to medium bead, and I'm just placing it in the centre of the nail. Again, this is one of the duo marble powders, so I'm going to work in those light brush stroke motions, and that's just going to blend out that pigment and create that really stunning pink that we want. Just blending out all the way up to where my natural free edge begins, just to disguise that. And then I'm going to build up another layer of that as well, because I want, obviously I'm not applying any glitter or anything over the free edge of these nails, so I want to make sure that that colour is built up really nicely. Just placing my bead down, patting it side to side, and then we're going to use those light brush stroking motions just to blend out and diffuse the product. And you just want to work it until you are happy with how the nail is looking, and that looks gorgeous, so stunning. Honestly, I could look at that all day. look, it looks absolutely bomb. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the thumb now. And on the thumb we've chosen a beautiful, beautiful lilac colour, which is, what is it there? It's grape pop. Grape pop. It's really pretty. Okay, so I'm just picking up a bead of that. Again, this is another one of our duo marble powders. We have 4 of them all together. You'll notice that it's not as white with the pigment. It's more of a lilac and then a deeper purple. But I want a solid colour, so I'm coming in with the light brush stroking motions. And it's just going to really diffuse that pigment, blend everything out and create that really nice, like, bright lilac colour that I'm, excuse me, that really bright lilac colour that I'm wanting. So I'm just going to, again, build up that colour on the nail, just so that it's exactly how I want it to look. Working nice and wet. And making sure as well to clean my brush between bead applications, and that again, as I said, just stops your brush being clogged up with any product. I'm just going to add a little bit more to the tip there. I'm going to start in the centre and then just blend it down. Trying to focus more of the product on the tip, and then I'm just going to blend it back up the nail, which I don't do often when I'm working with my left hand because it's a little bit awkward. But it's not impossible, it just takes a little bit of practice. Okay, so now I have all of my colours applied and they look stunning. Can you see them? Yeah. Yeah, so all the colours are applied to the tip and I'm so happy with how they look. They look so stinking gorgeous. So I'm going to come in now and apply my nail bed cover powder. So this is one of our new covers that we have just created. It's absolutely gorgeous. Not sure if it's going to be available when this video launches. Hopefully it is. If it is, I'll leave the link down below. If not, it will be coming very soon. But yeah, I'm excited to try it out on my nails for the first time. So let's go. So I'm going to start with, I should probably start with Sour Apple, because that's the first one. Again, this isn't an ombre, so I'm not worrying about the blend, so please try not to even consider that because it's not going to look pretty. So I'm placing my bead of cover powder. This is where my concentration phase comes in, especially with my left hand. Oh my god. Okay, so I've got my bead into position and I'm just going to gently pull it down the nail. Oh gosh. I'm just going to come in with my brush, and as you can see I'm a bit of a mess when applying to my right hand, just because honestly trying to keep it in frame, you can just see by my terrible angles that it's difficult. But I'm coming in and I've just made my brush to this nice thin point and I'm cleaning up any product so that it's not on the skin. Tragic affairs. I should have diffused that a little bit more. No worry, Sour Apple is here. I'm just going to apply a little bit more. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to come in with Bade, but I'm applying a bit, and then I'm going to pick up my monomer and just use it to diffuse that line, because that was a little bit harsher than I anticipated. And then I'm going to come in and I'm picking up Baddie, which is absolutely stunning. One of my favourites. And I'm going to place it right on that line. I'm just going to wipe my brush off. I'm going to let it flow just a minute, and then I'm going to drag it down the nail. And I do want to cover quite a bit of this nail with Baddie because it's just absolutely stunning for starters. I'm going to leave the free edge just as the colour, and then I'm going to dip my brush into my monomer, and then I'm just going to pull that glitter slightly up over my cover powder just to diffuse it so that it's looking not as harsh, not just like a straight bang bang, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how we are looking. I think that looks super cute, so we're going to go ahead and do the rest. Hopefully it goes a little bit better than that and stays a little bit more in focus. I'm not sure how in focus that was, but she looking pretty. So before I go ahead and do that, I am going to quickly diffuse. Am I going to diffuse them? No, I'm not, because that Baddie has actually offered some camouflage as well, so we'll just go straight in with the cover powder. It's called Candy Floss, by the way, which is super exciting. Okay, so I'm going to apply the new cover powder. Candy Floss. I'm going to allow it to level slightly. Patting it side to side. And then bringing it over. Trying to stop it from going on my skin, honestly, guys. Yes. How pretty is that? That is so pretty. So I'm just going to come in with another bead. I'm going to apply that at the cuticle and then blend it down. I might find it a little bit easier to kind of control if I do it that way. Gently, gently pushing. How pretty. And then I'm coming in with Baddie and I'm going to apply that straight over where that kind of colour and cover powder meet. Placing it down, and I'm going to repeat the same process. I'm going to blend it down the nail and then back up the nail. That looks absolutely gorgeous. Bloody fancy. I love that new powder as well. Darlings, are so fabulous. Bloody fancy. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next nail. Picking up a nice bead. drain in the liquid. And place it on the nail. Just allow it a few seconds to self-level, and then we're going to push it side and then side, and then we're going to blend that down. And then I'm going to come in with the cuticle bead. I am loving the look of this new cover powder, honestly. I just wanted something a little bit more, what's the word, pinker, like a deeper pink, but with a pink tone when it was applied as well. Because a lot of cover powders are quite sheer. Toasted Rose is absolutely stunning. You guys know it's one of my favourites. I wanted kind of that, but pinker. And I think I've definitely achieved that with Candy Floss. I think it's super pretty. Excuse me whilst I'm working, honestly. Working with this left hand is a nightmare. It really is, especially when you're not, well, I have been doing my nails quite a lot more often, but I'm leaving like 3 weeks between each set, so it's not a lot of practice with the left hand. Whereas I used to actually change my nails all the time. So I kind of got a bit of a pro with my left hand, but when you've not done it for a while, it takes a little bit of getting used to. How stunning does that look? Honestly, I'm shook to the core, literally. It's gorgeous. Also, just a little cheeky reminder that if you have skipped along in this video and you've managed to find me at this point, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, like, I know that's the same thing, I say it every freaking time. Just give it a like, comment down below and subscribe. I would be forever grateful. Let's keep going with the nails, okay? So I've picked up Baddie and just placing it on. I've just had that on my brush for so long, so it's clearly already setting, but that's fine. I'll try and work with it. I probably should have picked up another bead, but if I use the belly of my brush with some force, we should be able to get it to spread. Look at that, it's absolutely stunning. Oh, girl, she's ready for her birthday. It's my birthday tomorrow. By the time this is going up, my birthday is well and truly been and gone, but it's my birthday tomorrow, and I'm so excited. I love birthdays, they're so good. And a birthday girl. And a birthday girl. Listen, I'm gonna be a pop star. Don't deny it, babe. I seen you looking up from down there. I'm gonna make it. Jokes. I'm joking, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna add on a little bit more of that Baddie because I feel like I just didn't quite manage to get it all the way where I wanted it to be because it was already kind of set. Just a little bit more. Damn, girl. That is looking pretty. Moving on to the next one. And I'm following the same process, applying my cover powder. Blending it down, and this is one that I practiced with. I say practiced with, I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I didn't know if it was going to turn out alright. And instead of trying to wing it and think, oh, it'll work, and then it doesn't, whilst we're filming, I decided to try it on a pop stick really quickly before we started, and it looked stunning, so I was like, heck yeah, let's go for it. And I did. Just gonna apply another bead, let it level out. Honestly, this is gonna be such a banging cover powder. You guys are gonna love it. I can just see it now. I'm gonna push it up to the cuticle, push it to the side very delicately with my left hand, and then gently stroke it down. And then I'm just going to tip my brush and tuck it down there, and that's just going to seal that acrylic in, making sure that we have blended it nicely. Gorgeous. I've gone a little bit longer this time as well, guys. I just wanted the length, and I think it looks really, really good. Oh, it looks beautiful. Okay, so as you can see, I'm relentlessly cleaning my brush, which I like to do very often. Yeah. I never get clogged brushes though, ever. I think it's happened like once or twice when I first ever started. But other than that, they've been amazing. Okay, so I'm coming in again with that baddie. Also, when I've finished applying this to all of the nails, I want you guys to let me know which combination is your fave, or would you have them all like me, like a rainbow set? Because I know that this pink I was looking at, I was like, oh my god, I would have that as a full set and would rock it because it's so pretty. But I also like the rainbow. Just making sure that I've got the sides because I'm finding it difficult to see. That looks gorgeous. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the lilac thumb, and again we're following the same process because the procedure is the same on all of these nails. The only thing that's different is the colour. But you know, it's gotta be done, and it's gonna look amazing. Imagine these top coated. I'm saying that, but it's gonna be top coated in just a minute. Don't need to imagine for much longer. Okay, placing that cover powder, applying to the side, making sure I'm stretching it out to the other side as well, and then gently feathering it down just to create a delicate ombre. And then I'm going to come in with my next bead, which will be my cuticle bead. Draining that liquid, placing it on the nail, pushing it up to that cuticle, making sure we get a nice neat cuticle area, and then blend it down. You're best off when applying your cuticle bead to apply it just before the cuticle and then push it up, rather than trying to place your bead really close to that cuticle, because then you're just going to run the risk of that product flooding at that area. So that's my top tip there. Apply it before and then push it up with your brush. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Oh, I just need a little bit there. Can you see that? I've just missed a little bit. That would have been a breakage down the line. I'd have been gutted. pop a bit of product on there, just to make sure I get that bit that I've missed, blend it down. So I've just filled in that product that I'd missed there, and now I'm going to come in with Baddie for the final nail. I'm just going to apply it to the centre, smoosh it side to side. Ooh, I thought a bit went underneath then. Did it? No. Anyway, and I'm going to drag that product down slightly just to create that nice glitter fade. And then I'm going to flip my... Am I going to do that? God, this is difficult. And then I'm going to do this. Look at me. Look what I have to do for you guys. Honestly, this is really difficult. Okay, let's get back to here. I'm making that nice blend, making sure that we are pushing the side in. Now that looks really, really pretty. And all of these do too. They literally look stunning. So I'm just gonna clean out my brush, make sure that there isn't any product in there. And then I'll have another look and see, oh, a little hair's just dropped out of my brush. Just want to let you guys know that that is completely normal, especially when you're doing a lot of acrylic design and working with a lot of colour powders. If you are seeing like the odd time you get a hair just that's coming out of your brush, don't freak out. Your brush isn't dying a sudden death. It's absolutely fine. It's just working, you know. Sometimes it's got to shed a little, and that's okay. Just thought I'd clear that up. For anyone that was wondering, because I get messages all the time, any brand brush, not even just ours, oh my god, my hair is losing hairs, oh my god. And yeah, it's normal to happen sometimes, so don't worry about it, it's fine. So I'm just gonna make sure that's clean, and then we're just gonna inspect the nails because I want to make sure that they're all exactly how I want them. Now I could go to town on these and, you know, really go crazy, but it's already 11:30 in the night, so I'm not going to. I think these look super cute, and I might add something to them a little later on. It's going to be exciting to see these top coated and encapsulated. So I'm going to encapsulate one with you guys on camera, just to show you the process of that, but then I will encapsulate them all and finish filing them, and then I'll come back and top coat because that's going to be really fun. So yeah, I'm going to use my Nailmate Clear, which is this big giant jar just here. I'll move my cover powder because I've done with that for now. And I'm just going to come in and encapsulate all of these nails. Okay, so I'm just going to come in and encapsulate one nail with you guys, and then I will file and buff off of camera. I thought I had a little bit of fluff in there, but it seems to have gone. I'm just picking it up medium to small beads as well, so that I can make sure that I am controlling that product, especially working with my non-dominant hand. Also guys, you will notice that this video is a bit of a longer one. Let me know if you prefer longer videos or if you like them a little bit shorter, because I can definitely work on that. Just let me know in the comments whether you like a 10-minute video or is the longer video better for you. I know lots of you guys always want more, but sometimes maybe not. So yeah, it'd be interesting to know what you guys think. So I'll just finish capping this. I'm going to apply my cuticle bead. Make sure I blend that into my existing clear that I already applied. Just make sure I can reach all the way around. And then I just need to add a final bead at the free edge, and that will be this nail encapsulated. Okay guys, so now I've finished capping the nails. I'm going to go ahead, file them off camera, and I will be back to share the top coating with you. I'll just be a minute. Okay guys, so I'm back. I've finished filing my nails and they look stunning. I love how they turned out. I think they look absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead now and top coat these with the super gloss. So I'm going to try and stay as steady as I can and keep these in focus, because I know everybody wants to see the top coating action. So I'm just going to start halfway down the nail and just do kind of almost up to that cuticle, but I'll do the cuticle in a little minute off of camera, because I always like to do that bit last, just to make sure I don't get any product down in that area. Look how stunning, honestly. Absolutely in love. Of course, I will zoom in and do some close-ups later on in the video as soon as I've top coated and add in my oil. And look at that nail bed colour, honestly, I'm absolutely in love with that. It is so, so pretty. So once I've finished top coating, I will go ahead and cure it in the lamp for a full 60 seconds. And the lamp that I am using is the Nailmate Pro, the purple one I have on my desk, which I'm absolutely in love with. Okay, so I'm just going to go back now and go up into those cuticle areas and just get as close as I can. Okay, I'm just going to finish the rest of that off on camera. No, I'm gonna finish the rest of this top coating off of cam. Off. What?
Words just aren't coming to
They're just not coming. It's not even funny. I'm going to finish the rest of the top coating off of camera, and then I'll be back to share the final results with you guys. And I'm excited. Okay guys, I am back and I have finished my nails. Did I say have or have? Sounded really weird. Anyway, it is have, darling. Anyway, I've finished my nails and this is how they look. I will show you a close-up in just a second. But yeah, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching and I really hope you enjoyed this set. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, this video, if you liked it as well. And leave me a comment down below but leave me a comment down below on which colour combination you preferred. Let's just keep it simple: yellow, green, orange, pink, purple. Comment down below either with the emoji or just the colour and I'll be sure to reply as well. But yeah, this is how the set looks. It is so freaking cute. Absolutely love how it turned out. I will go to some close-up shots in a second, so I will let you check those out right about now.